Did you know why the 14 million possible futures that Doctor Strange mentioned is oddly specific?
14,605,000.
Like, Strange could have just said he saw millions of alternate futures. Well, this is because the 14,605,000 futures actually have a deeper meaning. If you convert it into hexadecimal, basically turning it into a code computers use, you will get the code D5A1DD. And if you convert that code into a color, it comes out as purple. It seems that Thanos is truly inevitable.
Inevitable.
Did you know that Thanos actually kept his promises to spare people in Infinity War? First was Thor, after Loki begged Thanos to spare him. Then Nebula, when Gamora pleaded for her life. And finally Iron Man, when Doctor Strange traded the Time Stone so Tony could live. After the snap, all of these characters were still alive, because Thanos keeps his word. Did you know why Thor keeps mistaking Rocket for a rabbit?
The rabbit is correct and clearly the smartest among you.
Well, it was done for laughs, but there's actually another reason for it. In Avengers Endgame, in the scene where Thor and Rocket time travel back to Asgard, after Rocket steals the Reality Stone, the Asgardian guards chase him, and one of them actually calls him a rabbit.
Rabbit! Get that rabbit!
So it's not just Thor who thinks Rocket is a rabbit, it's just that the rabbits in Asgard actually look like Rocket.
Hi.
Did you know that at the end of Thor 1, Thor decided to destroy the Bifrost to prevent the destruction of Jotunheim? But what's amazing is that in the next movie, Thor, The Dark World, there's a scene where the Bifrost is shown again. If you look closely, you'll see this weird line in the middle of it. Well, this isn't a VFX error. It's deliberate to show that the Asgardians actually repaired the bridge after Thor destroyed it, and that's where the bridge reconnects. Did you know that in Thor Ragnarok, even before it was shown that Hela would destroy one of Thor's eyes near the end of the movie, it was actually foreshadowed a few minutes earlier? When Thor arrives in Asgard to confront Hela after she takes over, Thor sees this broken mural of himself, where one of his eyes has a crack going through it. Well, this is actually the same eye that Hela later destroys in their final battle. Did you know that after Thanos snapped his fingers in Infinity War, he told Thor he should have gone for the head?
You should have gone for the head.
Well, Thor actually took that advice to heart, and when he had the chance to fight Thanos again in Endgame after the 2012 Thanos traveled to the future, you can see in their fight that Thor now aims straight for Thanos' head. Did you know that in Thor 1, when Erik Selvig and Darcy try to save Thor from the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, he uses a fake ID to prove that Thor is his son? What's weird is how they even got a photo of Thor if this is his first time on Earth. It's not like he has a record here. Well, Marvel actually thought of this. The picture in that ID was actually taken by Darcy in the previous scene where they first met Thor in the restaurant. The photo that Darcy took is the same one used in that ID. Did you know that this funny scene in Avengers where Hulk nonchalantly punches Thor, even though they're on the same team, was actually referenced years later in Spider-Man Homecoming? When Spider-Man meets the robbers wearing Avengers masks, there's a scene where he grabs Thor's hand and uses it to punch Hulk.
Thor? Hulk?
It seems Spider-Man unknowingly took revenge for Thor. Did you know that after Thanos' snap in Avengers Infinity War, Tony got stranded in space for 22 days? But doesn't that number seem too specific to be random? Well, that's because Avengers Endgame is actually the 22nd movie in the entire MCU timeline. It's poetic how Tony survived 22 days in space, but didn't survive the 22nd film of the Infinity Saga. Did you know that in Iron Man 2, when Tony attends a race, there's this scene where a photographer takes a photo of him and Pepper? What's amazing is if you fast forward to Avengers 1, in the scene where Tony and Loki are talking at the Avengers Tower, you'll see the photo that the photographer took in the background. Did you know that there is this small detail in Spider-Man Homecoming? When Spider-Man is trying to hold on to the boat that got cut in half, Iron Man arrives to save the day by using this incredibly small booster to help push the side of the boat. But what's amazing is all of this is CGI. But if you look closely, Marvel even added this detail where the metal bends a little when the booster starts to push it. People wouldn't even notice or complain if this wasn't included, but still, they added this tiny detail. Did you know that even before we were told that the arc reactor keeping the metal shards away from Tony Stark's heart was also poisoning him in Iron Man 2? There was already a hint back in Iron Man 1. In Iron Man 2, we learned that to counteract the palladium poisoning, Tony drinks a lot of chlorophyll.
We are up to 80 ounces a day to counteract the symptoms, sir.
But in Iron Man 1, in the scene where he's repairing the Mark II, you can see the same chlorophyll drink on the table. Did you know that the gauntlet Tony Stark made in Endgame is actually better than the one created by the dwarves using Uru metal and a neutron star in Infinity War? This is because after Thanos snapped his fingers in Infinity War, the gauntlet he used got so badly burned that it got stuck to his hand. Meanwhile, the gauntlet Hulk used in Endgame had a feature that automatically removed itself after the snap to prevent it from embedding into his arm. So Tony Stark is leagues better than the dwarves from Nidavellir. Did you know that in Iron Man 1, there's this scene of Tony's first flight using his Mark II suit? But if you look closely before he flies out of his house, he actually hits one of the walls. What's amazing is that if you go back a few seconds before he even hits it, Jarvis already warned him about that wall. It happens so fast that most people won't even notice it, but Marvel still took the time to add this just to show how advanced Jarvis is. Did you know that there's a scene in Captain America: The Winter Soldier that shows how Tony Stark always learns from his mistakes? In the scene where Nick Fury and Cap go to the SHIELD base where all the planes are located, Fury mentions that Tony Stark helped with some modifications to their aircraft.
Stark? He had a few suggestions once he got an up-close look at our old turbine.
What's amazing is that the help Fury mentioned was Stark changing all the turbines into bladeless types. Since in Avengers 1, he almost got sent to the Shadow Realm when he got stuck in the helicarrier's turbine blades.
Did you know that in the first Avengers movie, there's a detail about time that many people tend to miss? In the scene where a pilot launches the nuke as a last resort to stop the Chitauri army, he stated that it would hit in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Just set. Detonation in 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
What's amazing is that if you time it from when he said it, it takes exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the missile to travel and hit the Chitauri mothership.
Did you know that there is this deleted scene in Avengers Endgame where Tony shaves Rocket's hair? Well, this is because Rocket and Tony were supposed to have a prank war throughout the movie, since both of them are trying to one-up each other in their tech. Some of it was left in the movie, and one example of it is when Tony is placing the stones in his gauntlet. And Rocket almost gave him a heart attack. Did you know that there's this amazing detail in the first Iron Man movie? Before Tony revealed to the people that he is, in fact, Iron Man. When he was preparing the speech for the press conference, Agent Coulson said that there were 90 seconds before it starts.
You've got 90 seconds.
What's amazing is if you time it, exactly 90 seconds later is when the conference actually begins. Did you know that in Iron Man 3, in the scene where Tony Stark is testing his Mark 42 suit, the one he can summon anywhere, there's a part where Jarvis asks Tony to listen to his safety protocol, but Tony refuses.
I've also prepared a safety briefing for you to entirely ignore.
Which I will.
Well, it seems he should have listened to Jarvis, because just moments later, after he puts on the flying mask, you can see that his lip gets cut.
I'm the best.
Is Tony Stark even strong without his suits? Most people think that Tony Stark isn't stronger than a normal human without gadgets or suits. But did you know that he can actually hold his own in a one-on-one fight without any gadgets? Well, this is because he's not just a genius. He's also a martial arts expert. It's not explicitly shown, but Tony Stark is actually proficient in Wing Chun, the same martial art that Ip Man is famous for. We can see him practicing it in this scene where he's testing the Mark 42. And he was even able to fight Bucky toe-to-toe using it with only one glove from his suit. So even if he doesn't have anything on him, he can still fold a normal human using just them pores.
Big man in a suit of armor. Take that off. What are you?
A witch.